I've often wondered that with a lot of guys that, there's a big difference between somebody that does high in the open and then they get to like a regional or whatever they call them now, and then they perform like shit. And it's like, well, you got away with it because, 30,000 people or 300,000 people, I'm sorry, are submitting videos and they don't have the manpower to watch 300,000 videos. So,
No, they shouldn't be watching those.
so you cheated your way in. But if you qualified, they should have watched it. They should go back and go, all right, we're going to watch everyone that qualified.
Yeah. I did the math here for the Masters semifinals. They narrowed it down to 30 people competing for 10 spots. So for the Masters semifinals, it would take, I did all earlier. It was somewhere around, if you paid people $20 an hour, it would cost like $15,000 to $20,000 to pay people to watch the videos. Now you could get people to watch videos for free. You could have people watch their peers or something like that. There's lots of different solutions here, but even if it costs $20,000, you take all those Masters people, you say, hey, do you want these videos to be watched and critiqued? It'll cost you an extra $40.
I don't think you need to go there. I think you just need to have the threat of, it was funny, David Paradiso, who owns CrossFit Paradiso, told me one time he put up a security cam in the gym. And he said, I started watching people's, just in regular workouts. Yeah. People would say, oh, I did it in 13:12. And he'd be like, really, did you? Because I just went and watched a video of you.
So he started policing his gym's leaderboard.
Well, he did. Then he kind of said to everybody, stop cheating because we see you. I'm not going to call you out now, but I will in the future because you're
warned,
because you're affecting other people in the gym. Because that always gets into my head when I'm doing a workout and I'm in the middle of like something. I see everybody run out the door and I'm I got 12 of these left. What did they just do?
Yeah.
And so I start either doing bad reps or because I just start to feel bad about myself and I do bad reps or whatever it is, or
it can be contagious. Yeah, cheating can be contagious if it's left unchecked.
And it can hurt you because then I'm starting to go, I'm not using proper form or I'm doing and I'm just like, when it starts to get outrageous, when you start to go, there must be something wrong with me that these guys are in such. So if hey, you're being watched, Big Brother's watching you at all times, then you're going to be more apt to count all your reps, do them properly. And so if they just said, hey, all your videos are going to be posted and everybody in the CrossFit community is going to be able to see them and judge them. And if you pull some bullshit, you're going to get called out on it. Then people are going to be more strict about their reps. And what you're saying is CrossFit's created a culture of let's game it. Let's just go for the fastest. We'll take 15% penalties and it'll still get us into these next rounds. So I see what you're saying. I see your argument.
That's a message they're sending. And probably not intentionally. Like I'm not going to ever judge those guys with, in bad faith.
No,
I don't like doing that. And
no, I think they want to do the best they can do, but they fall short every once in a while. And this is one of those places where they're falling short. And I honestly think they're in over their head. I think losing Castro is a hard thing to, you're losing your figurehead, the guy who's run the thing for forever. And, you're under a whole new regimen.
Yeah, he used to call people out. So there's a lot of, everyone's going to have criticism. And I heard this from Adrian Bosman, and I'll give him this in good faith. He said there's always been criticism. This isn't something new. It's always happened. And, the criticism always happens. There always has been criticism, but they also used to deal with it differently. They didn't used to just offer you like a word salad and then and talk to you about all the conversation. Like, this is what drives me crazy. Don't tell me how many conversations you had about possible solutions. Tell me what the solutions are, because all I've heard from them is how much dialogue there's been and how much input they've been receiving. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
There's zero action, and I don't even care if the action is good or bad. At least it's something. Like just tell me that you're actually addressing these issues and recognize them, because what it appears is they're basically not taking accountability. They're taking the path of least resistance. They're just trying to appease people, and it's you can only attribute that to either laziness or just a culture of fear where they don't want to stick their neck out because they're worried about losing their paycheck. And that might very well be the case, but that's not what's going to make their CrossFit game successful. Like it's going to get really
Well,
bad if they don't change course.
so does Steve have any chance of them? His only chances if someone drops out or gets hurt.
Yeah, I believe in the rule book the leaderboard is finalized after 7 days.
Okay.
So I waited till after that 7 day window. I literally was checking the leaderboard like 3-4 times a day. I'm just a hopeless optimist. So every day I was like, oh, they're going to shuffle it. They're going to shuffle it. Someone's going to watch this video. Someone's going to get a major penalty. And the top 10 never changed, not a single score, which is really, really weird considering it did change in a lot of other categories. That's the one thing that really disappointed me is I think it was intentional. I think they looked at it. I think they realized that they really, really fucked up, and they didn't want to do anything about it.
Well, I hope somehow he finds his way in. And not to change the subject at all, but how come you didn't compete for the Masters at all?
Because I'm not very fit.
Really? Are you out of shape right now?
Simple. I tried to. I was demoing a workout. I demoed most of Steve's workouts beforehand just to see if I would learn something. But anyway, I did a bench press session. I failed at 275 for a single, and
Shut up.
that's for me. I'm not like obsessed with my bench press, but I've never not been able to hit 300. Like 300's always been guaranteed since I was like 18. So I
Well,
yeah,
let me
off a
just
little
say,
bit.
stay on your bench press because that thing goes away quickly.
Yeah, no, it's
Quickly.
coming back. I did it. I've been basically only benching and biking for the last 4 weeks. But no, I have no desire to do masters. To answer your question, I'm not in very good shape. I like working out. I've actually been hitting it a little harder lately and feel really good. So I'm glad. Like I like training hard. But
I'm about to go do. I've been doing Pat Barber's workouts with RPM.
oh,
Uh,
nice.
and I love them. I love them.
Yeah,
It's so funny. I do it like an online CrossFit class where I sit and watch the video and I watch Pat, who, by the way,
the
my
manimal.
he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he
Um,
is.
like I'm surprised they keep him on, like almost because he's so funny. Like he's like a class clown teaching the class,
Yeah,
and I watch his videos and I laugh at him really because that's what I come from. My daughter sometimes does the workouts with me. She goes, Dad, why is he doing jokes? She's 7 years old. She goes, why is he doing jokes? She goes, is he a comedian? And
is he
I
doing a
go,
set?
no. I go, no, he's not a comedian. She goes, then why is he doing jokes? And I go, because he's just being funny. You don't have to be a comedian. So I told him that. I texted him. I go, my daughter asked, well, he goes, I don't know if I should be offended or honored. And I go, be honored that she thought you were funny enough. I go, be offended that she doesn't want you to do jokes anymore. but I love it. It's like going through a CrossFit class, and this is my thing on it. Why I like it. I won't pay attention a lot of times in class because I'm just like, come on, let's get this going. And I feel like my ego goes, I know how to do this. But when I'm home alone, I'm like, maybe I could work on this. Like
Yeah,
maybe I need to listen to everything they're saying and I can do it better. And I don't have to be like, come on, let's get going. Let's get to the workout. Because there's no one to compete against. It's just me in there in my garage. And so I really like it. I feel like it's got me in good shape. I don't know if I'm doing 30. I just finished today or yesterday was my last day. I ate McDonald's for 30 days straight.
you doing you're doing the supersize me
I
diet?
lost 5 pounds of fat.
Doing
five.
just McDonald's?
Yeah, I would eat just the meat.
Were you on a calorie restriction or something?
No, just basically almost keto with a little bit of carbs, like targeted carbs before I'd work out, but just ate like meat and cheese and chicken and
Why
filet
are
of
you
fish.
doing this? Is this a research
Yeah,
project?
it was a theory that a couple guys on the show had that you can go to somewhere like McDonald's and eat healthy and not eat healthy, but there's healthier choices, and that it's all about the energy input. Like if you're going to put carbohydrates into your body, you're going to store them and get fat. If you're going to
Hmm.
put protein and carb, and the fact that we're all protein deficient. I was eating about 1.5 pounds of protein a day, like of meat,
Yeah.
and it's like that to me just proved that's what I gained muscle at my age. I gained muscle and lost 5 pounds of body fat. Um, I will admit I also supplemented with an amino acid,
Yeah.
amino co, and
I did
but
a carnivore diet. I wanted to do it for a month. I've never been able to follow any diet for more
yeah,
than like a week.
it's hard.
So I made it on like pretty strict carnivore for 2 weeks. And then for the rest of the month, it was like
Keto.
more keto. Yeah.
I'll
Wasn't perfect, but in 2 weeks of just carnivore, I lost like 7 pounds and got stronger. It was
Yeah, yeah. I kept saying to everybody, I'm like, I have incredible energy. I feel great. I feel sharper. I was like, this is, and they're like, and you're eating McDonald's, and I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
I sucked at cardio though. I don't know how your cardio was.
Didn't do
My,
any big cardio.
yeah, my cardio because I like to do like long stationary bike ride, like on the Aerodyna stuff. I like to just crush intervals on there, and that's what I had a hard time with. Is like anything over 15 minutes, I would just really start to tank.
So I will tell you that I didn't do many workouts over anything over 20, except yesterday my daughter and I went on an 8-mile hike up in the mountains where you and I went. And we
Hmm.
did, remember the elevator, the really steep one where you guys
Yeah,
all left me because I was hurt and you went up that, like it was like,
you were hallucinating.
no, this was in the early stages when I like in the morning. Remember, we went down the Saddle Peak Mountain, and then we had to cross that road and go up that. It's like 3 miles straight uphill.
Yeah, yeah,
So I took my daughter up that yesterday, who's 7 years old, and it it didn't get to me then as much as like I woke up today and I was like, oh, like
were you really
I'm
sore?
sore and I needed carbs. I needed carbs
Yeah,
for that. Like that was just it because we were out for
yeah. I
three
felt like I
hours.
got more sore, a little more sore uh, on the carnivore, and just and my endurance sucked. But like mentally, I I didn't get tired in the middle of the day. Like I
Hmm.
usually get tired around 2, 3 o'clock. Kind of like that lull. I didn't have that. Like I actually felt mentally better on a carnivore diet, and definitely leaned out, lost some body
Well,
fat.